going on, guys? Welcome back to the Plastic Power Podcast. This is Starblast Studios alongside Daredevil 19 and our new host for this podcast, Champ Animation. Swinging around the lightsaber for Lightsaber Day, which was approximately, oh wait, that would have been like...
It was supposed to be a sword.
Like 2 weeks
it was
ago.
supposed to be a sword.
For Demon
12
Slayer.
days ago.
Yeah, not a lightsaber.
Yeah, well, you know what? I still got May the 4th in my head from Star Wars Day, especially that stuff
and
going on.
I was doing lightsaber sound effects too, so that probably didn't help either.
Yeah, bro.
I should have been going shing, shing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, thank you guys for making me honorary member of the podcast. I appreciate it, and I'm excited to get into Demon Slayer, episode 5 and 6 of this week. We got a lot to cover.
Goodness gracious, man. I must say, though, like, these episodes of Demon Slayer are, like, we're very good in terms of animation and stuff, and also, you know, Missouri, you know, looking a lot more crazy.
Champ found out she was very flexible.
Hey, your mama, what you gonna do with that? I'm sorry, Tiff. If you see this, I apologize. She's my girlfriend, so I apologize.
Oh man.
Next episode, I don't have a girlfriend anymore, guys.
Oh no.
I guess Mitsuri is for now.
Oh goodness.
It's okay. I still got that body pillow. What? Anyway.
Okay. Episode 4 of the not podcast. Episode
this
4
is
of
23. Yeah, and then this is podcast episode 23.
Podcast
and
episode
Demon
20.
Slayer.
Demon Slayer
is 5
season
and
3, episode 5. Yeah, why did I say episode 4? Okay, I'm still. Goodness gracious.
Because I was behind, actually. I just uploaded episode 22, which was episodes 3 and 4.
That's right. Okay, so start us off on episode 4. You just rewatched the episodes and such to get a good fresh grip on it.
Yeah, so this one starts off pretty much where Michiro and Kotetsu were, which he was piggybacking him, and they were jetting through the woods. So we get up to that, and then we see another swordsmith up in a tree trying to get away from a fish, and then Michiro, of course, cuts the vase, kills it, and then we find out it's Inosuke's swordmaker, the guy who showed us how to tickle Tanjiro's swordmaker to get him to stop acting crazy. So they save him, and then we find out he is Michiro's new swordsmith. I thought it was Tanjiro's swordsmith, but it's Inosuke's. And he's like, do you have a sword for me? He's like, yeah, it's in my shed. So they head over there and book it. And Michiro, before they get there, he tells him to stop because there's a vase in the middle of the road, street, or whatever. And out comes probably one of my more favorite Upper Moons, Upper Moon 5, Gyoko, the really weird one with the baby hands.
I'm gonna call him baby hands from now on.
I'm with you.
Right?
Baby hands.
You see him grabbing a sword with it, it's like, wait,
It's just
I feel like I'm watching Deadpool 2.
I bet it feels really big in this hand. What?
So we finally meet Gyoko, though, and he is probably like the most deranged Upper Moon, I think. Like, he has such a really sick and twisted mind, and he reminds me of like Deidara from Naruto, the one who makes the clay explosions, because they both are like obsessed with their artwork.
Yeah.
So was Sasori. Sasori was like that too, but he was very like he's very obsessed. Gyoko is very obsessed with his artwork, which is his vases. So we eventually learn that, but before he introduces himself to all of them, which is like, whoa, that's kind of weird. I think only Akaza really has done that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think he has, because he went to kill Tanjiro when he first saw him. But Gyoko's like, I'd like you guys to see one of my artwork. So we see something come out of the vase, and it's 5 swordsmiths, and they're all still alive. Keep that in mind. So that just makes it more like, Jesus.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and they're all like, their bones, you could tell, are broken, and they're all stitched. They're sewn and stitched together, and they're stabbed together with swords. And it's like, my God. And Gyoko's just rambling on about how he wanted to leave the masks on because it gave them dead faces.
This guy likes to play with his food.
Yeah. Like, he loves corpses. Like, he loves dead bodies.
He's honestly the most disturbing of them. Like, he's like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
I got, like, the human centipede over here.
Bro, that's
Pretty much.
basically the demon version of Jeffrey Dahmer right there.
Shit.
Practically, yeah. Yeah. He does, like, he loves, yeah, he pretty much, yeah, he loves death. Like, when he was a child, this you won't see
I don't
in
know
the
what-
anime.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to show you this in the anime, so I could tell you it. It's not like anything like, oh no. But when he was a child, his parents were fishermen. They ended up drowning and dying, and when their bodies washed ashore, I think he was like 8, 9, or 10 or something. When he saw their rotting corpses, he said into his head like how beautiful it looked, and it's like, what in the is wrong with you? So right there, you could tell he was screwed up before he was turned into a
Yeah, it
demon.
had nothing to do with him being a demon
so-
in the first place.
Yeah, so he's already like that, and he's another thing he did. Everybody in his village knew he was weird, so they kept away from him. A boy started bullying him one day, and Gyoko just killed him and shoved him into a vase. He shoved his dead body into a vase. Then when the parents found out, they went.
The new parents, like his step parents. Oh,
No,
the parents of the person he killed.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. But when they find out, they go to the kid Gyoko. I forgot what his human name was, and they stab him to death. And as he's dying, that's when Muzan approached him, and then that's when he turned into a demon. So there's a little bit for people who only like read the manga or only watching the anime.
I'm sure
you won't
they'll
be
show
able
the
to learn
backstory,
this.
but they're not. But they're gonna censor out like the actual parents and such. Like
No, this was from like I forgot what it's called. It's kind of like
Is
it's
it
something the creator did.
Is it kind of
It's
like
like-
one of those things that like a manga
bonus
kinda
chapter?
give like like something like that?
Kind
or
of,
it
yeah.
just- Or
They did
describes
one
their
with Rengoku
backstory?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they didn't explain it in the series, so that's the only way you'll be able to see it.
I feel like they might like throw in an episode and such for like the flat because because oftentimes I notice that they whenever the demon is dying, that's when they
Yeah.
usually show like the demon's backstory so that you suddenly feel bad for them at the very end. Whereas
But with Gyoko, you won't feel bad for him because he's so like screwed up.
well, yeah, in that
You
case,
won't
yeah.
not feel bad for him.
You
at
know,
all.
I guess that's in that case. Like, yeah, you're right. But it's just like, regardless, it's still like the thing, repeated thing where whenever the demon is dying, they show a little bit of that demon's backstory.
Yeah, they didn't with Enmu. That's one. Well, he was Lower Moon number 1, the Mugen Train one.
Oh,
He was
That's
mad
right.
that he died, and he's like, "Oh, I want to kill the Tanjiro if I can only turn back time." So they didn't show his backstory. I feel like when they have a dark backstory, I don't think they're going to show it in the anime because it might be too dark. I won't even know Emu's backstory. Now I'm curious to see what it was because they didn't even show anything, and he was probably pretty evil.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's like Yoshikage Kira and just has an obsession with hands.
I mean, if you
It
think
could
about
be.
it, it's like think about like how much can he sympathize with a guy who likes to torture people and make him as art? He's like, hey, look at this, it's awesome. It's like, dude, what
Yeah.
the- Of course,
And
this
what was it?
Of
What
course,
was
you
his
would
favorite
have-
part?
Wasn't it like Oh God, I forgot
When he grabbed
like,
the sword.
Yeah, and he like
twisted
look
it.
how they like tremble or some shit or like, you know.
Yeah,
look
that
how-
was his favorite part of his artwork because he grabbed a handle to one of the swords, twisted it, and then you see all of them screaming in pain and blood gushing out, and you're like,
Yeah. just
you
messed
felt
up.
so bad for them, and it was just like, God, this guy loves to, this demon loves to torture. But as I was saying, he was already screwed up as a human, as a kid, so he was already whacked out. But to me, he's one of the most evil, deranged, sick, twisted Upper Moon. The one that plays the instrument, she's pretty up too. Don't worry, I'll bleep that out.
Gonna have a
Pretty
lot of
fucked
bleeps.
Oh, man.
Well, she was a serial killer.
Okay. Well, we'll get into let's stay on this episode again. Like we're watching this at the same time
Yeah.
as other people. You're the one guy who read the manga.
Yeah, you might want to
Well,
put.
I didn't really.
You might like want to put spoilers just like a few minutes back. Just
Spoiler warning!
So
Well, the
like,
Gyoko thing's not in the anime, so that's why I let that go.
Well, yeah, because they haven't. Well, I mean, they could.
Nah,
I feel like they
they're
could
not
adapt
gonna
it.
do it.
I would just label it as a potential spoiler, just in case if they do animate it.
Because the thing is,
Yeah,
that could
do.
be like. Because that's the thing is like the backstory with like Trunks and Future Gohan was a bonus chapter Toriyama did, and then when the anime adapted that was considered an episode special. They could still do the same here with Demon Slayer, just make it like an OVA.
They could.
They can make that backstory completely an OVA.
Yeah,
I'd like them to do that with Rengoku, because they did a little side story of him.
Oh yeah,
in
definitely. I can see that
season
happening.
2, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if they do another movie, that's what they should do it on, not the damn series. I feel like it was good that they did a movie of Mugen Train, and then we got the anime like episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But it almost felt like what Toei did with Dragon Ball, with Battle of Gods and Resurrection F.
At the very least, though, you can say like, okay, well, the anime was not like the same animation. In this case, like with the movie, they was all focused in on like they took the same exact elements and they said, okay, we're gonna take this movie, we're gonna take this stuff that we've already animated and just like make it into multiple episodes and flesh the thing.
Yeah, they just expanded on some things and like maybe cleaned some animation out.
Yeah, the only thing they added was that first episode with Rengoku fighting that one demon and looking for the Mugen Train, and then they did add a little more fight scenes because I didn't notice it before, but in the movie, him and Rengoku don't fight in the woods at all, and then in the series they fight in the woods for a little bit. I'm like, whoa, I don't remember Rengoku and Akaza.
I didn't know that. I didn't actually watch the anime version.
I think this is on YouTube because I was after I finished Mugen Train, there was like a side-by-side comparison of what was in the anime and what was in the movie. So you can probably look that up on YouTube. But anyway, back to 5 and 6, episode 5 and 6, because we're getting so off track.
Yeah,
we barely even got into any of the other stuff in the episode.
Yes.
Like, my goodness.
So, all right, Gyoko, what do you guys think of him, actually? Since we really got introduced to him now in the anime and he's kind of fighting now, or about to fight. What do you guys think of him?
I honestly, he reminds me of like a video game character where it's like you gotta smash the pots that he like pots. You gotta smash the pots.
It's
that
like
he,
whack-a-mole.
Yeah, it's like you gotta like destroy them all so like he doesn't like surprise you. And then he also like, I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but he has also like with his demon art has this like ability where he can like basically just shoot out like anything from his face. Water, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like
that's what I was saying. Like
I'm wondering if I'm wondering if that whole ability to drown people is connected to his backstory of seeing his parents drown. Like, you spoiled for us, Sean. Potentially.
It could be. It could be. But I think he uses it because he said why. Once he
because it's an
Mushiro.
art. It is an art. Like, he saw his parents dying as an art, so he sees Mushiro in there. It's like, I'm gonna repeat this same exact art process. I'm about to make a sequel.
He's really going into Gyoko's head there. No, what shit, what was I gonna say? No. He says why when he captures Mushiro in like that water prison vase that he made. He's like, I took away Hashira's greatest ability to breathe. Which it's like, for a demon, that's actually a pretty smart demon art to have, where you can control water and prevent a demon slayer from breathing and using their breathing style. You know what I mean? So that's pretty smart, coming from an upper moon.
You know, it's
and
like
then,
the way that they've written these demons are like legitimately overpowered. It's like, I don't know how they're gonna take down.
The creator even said that. She's like, I made them way too powerful, and she didn't know how to beat Muzan. If they do beat him.
Well, she figured out something. We know she figured out something, but like, and I don't know if we'll see.
She did kind of like rush it too, I think, towards the end.
But, we'll get we're off track. I'm staying on this episode. Yeah. But so like, but what I wanted to talk about this is like, we found, and I know I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit with the means of like how the tactic is that they're supposed to kill like, this demon with all the emotions and such, like split up into like all these things. Like they made a link that I think somewhat made sense. Like, okay, this is how you kill this particular demon, but it's like, it's kind of written in a way in which I feel like Tanjiro would be one of the only people that could kill this demon because he was able to like find them with his scent, with his ability to smell people.
Yep. And his flaming sword.
Yeah, and his well, like that's where the episode cut out. I'm really upset that they cut it out, like right there. Like, come on.
Yeah. Oh man, I was like, no.
Yeah, so
Pulling the same thing that they did in season 2.
Basically, Tanjiro gets a flaming sword with the help of Nezuko, who uses her demon art to basically flame on.
Did you know that's what she was trying to do when she first did that? Or you're like, is she trying to prevent him from fighting?
I'm just like, what is she do? I had no idea. I was like, what are you doing holding on to this sword? Like so she's like, I'm about to power up. Like, I'm about to power up your weapon like it's a thing from Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god.
Let me give it a little.
She did hook him up though.
She did. No kidding.
And then when that happened, you saw his scar kind of get covered.
So, like, he legitimately found out how to tap into that power that he used to take out the I can't remember all these demons' names, man, but, like, the one with the green hair.
Gyotaro.
Gyotaro.
Or just say Upper Moon 6. Yeah, I know. I remember when I first started watching, I was so confused by everything.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like, the way that he did, like, you know, cut up the heads of all the demons right there, like, it was animated absolutely beautifully. I love how they went and adapted that. Like, Ufotable, like, again, your animation has been absolutely stunning with the means of, like, how you've been, you know, handling your animation. And this is just another example, like, okay, this is great. And I see way too many people on Twitter hating on stuff for, like, whatever reason. You know, it's like it's Twitter, but I can't. But like that scene was amazing.
And then you saw it was like a dragon head at the other end.
Yeah,
oh, shit.
That was cool.
I feel like he's really starting to pick up on how to really control the Hinokami Kagura and then that whatever is sun? Are they gonna say that this was sun breathing that he's doing since his sword like changed colors?
Yeah, it turned from black to red.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, because remember we were talking about how when you have a black sword, you don't know what breathing style you want to use.
Yeah. And
that's why he has a black sword. So. You'll learn more about like the red sword thing soon. So, but yeah, that I loved seeing that. They're really like elevating Tanjiro's character on another level of being a lot stronger and being able to control that sun breathing that he's keeps trying to use, because he almost killed himself in the entertainment district trying to use it when he was fighting Daki, the sister. So, and now it looks like he can use it, and he's, because I think he stopped breathing last time, which almost killed him. So now he's learning to breathe with it. So, yeah, he's getting better. I really like how Tanjiro is so far in this arc. He's been pretty damn badass. And Genya, I'm going to let Champ talk a little about Genya, because it's becoming his favorite character, or one of them. And Genya is a really cool character.
So what I remember, I think it was the end of episode 5 when
yeah.
Oh my god.
When Tanjiro sees him.
Yeah, he like just finished I think he decapitated one of the demons.
He decapitated 3 of the demons, and then Genya got the other one.
Yeah.
Looking at Genya.
Genya is like already holding, like, I think his name was Sadness in his hands. He was holding his hand, and Tanjiro looks over, and Genya just kind of looks over, and he just looks all demonic, and he like has black eyes. His hair is like spiked up and has like these yellow tips. And
yellow
everything.
tips in
and
it.
He has like fangs.
Went partial Super Saiyan.
Yeah. He has like these fangs, and like dude was looking like Zycor from Dragon Ball AF.
And his eyes were all black too.
Bro, I was thinking that like he like they ingested him with like some sort of demon blood. He got turned into a demon against his will. But obviously something else is going on, which I'm not going to spoil.
Yeah.
Like Sean told me what was going
Champ
on.
Champ has a good
I have a theory. I have a theory that could possibly be the reason, but then I could be wrong, and then you see someone in the comment be like, no, technically this is what happened. It just spoils it. So if you do that, he'll know.
They won't read the comments.
Oh yeah.
But no, but manga readers can be really mean to anime watchers. It's like, Jesus Christ, we like the same thing. Relax. But go ahead, champ.
So it kind of like leaves off a cliffhanger. We're seeing Gideon just looking all demonic and thing, and then we go into episode 6. We see the village being attacked more by those fish demons again, and I think it was the chief that was in one of the fish's hands, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. This was still 5. We just forgot to cover it, but yeah. Keep going.
It was 5. Okay, for some reason I got them mixed up.
You're good.
But I don't think we talked about it enough about how. So I'm going back a little bit, but how Mitsuri's sword, because her sword is just very awesome. How it's just comes out as a whip.
Pretty much a metal whip.
Yeah. So while she's doing that, she saves the chief, and I do want to bring this up. How everyone's just like in love with Mitsuri, and they're like, please give me attention. Even the chief is like, oh, I'm so old, but I do.
Right, you're holding me.
It's like my request, if I die, is I'm glad that you're holding me. So it's like,
oh my god, I'm so sorry. Here, let me.
Yeah.
But even before she went and saved the chief, the other swordsmith that tried, he got knocked down. She saved him.
Yeah.
He was looking at her sword, and he was like, who the hell made that sword? Because no swordsmith can make a sword like that. He's like, oh, it's got to be the chief. So I guess the chief is our swordsmith, too, because no one else can make such a flexible whip-type sword like that, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that, so I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she's pretty badass. And that was only her first form that she killed that bigger.
She has other forms, like, my gosh.
I think she only has... A lot of them don't have that many. Like, some of them have 9, 10, 11, and then others have only 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, I see
5.
what you mean. The amount of... Okay, yeah.
I
see what you mean. Okay, I forgot.
They're different moves.
Yeah.
They have a few different moves.
So basically, like, with, samurais, they different... Or, like, think about, like, in Star Wars, like, you have different, like, combat ways you like fight in different forms basically. So like that's it applies to like real world samurais, how you had like different like stance, different defensive, different counterattacks, stuff like that. For me, it's hard to keep track of that because there's like so many and there's so many different forms. You have love, you have fog, water, sun, there was fire with Rengoku. It's just so many, and
there's
it's like
the main ones, and then the other ones that Hashira created, like sound breathing, the love breathing.
Yeah, so there's just so many, and it's like you could base this, and there probably is like a book about all these different forms of all these slayers, So, but her form is just very interesting, and it's like it can really do some damage, and
she took it from flame breathing. That's how she created it. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
She created love breathing from flame because Rengoku was training her, and she turned it into love breathing. I was like, okay, if you could do that with flame breathing.
At this point, I'm just going to read the manga. You're just giving us all this exclusive stuff that I'd rather hear in the anime.
That won't be in the anime.
Why? Okay.
Well, I think they already mentioned that Mitsuri was trained by Rengoku. It was probably back in Mugen Train arc that they mentioned that.
They did?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Well, they did show some of her backstory.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure they. Maybe I just read it off somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere that she was trained by Rengoku. But we'll see. Anyway, you might want to put a spoiler there just in case. I don't know. But let's go to episode 6 real quick before we spoil more things.
We were kind of already talking about episode 6 a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then episode 5 also ended with Muichiro getting captured in that water prison, and now he's pretty much drowning.
Let's not forget that he got a face full of needles, and that made me like crawl. It just I don't like it.
It was cool watching him deflect them all. I liked watching all of them flip away.
I'm very curious about like what it is, and don't tell me what it actually is, Sean. But like
I won't.
But like whatever the weakness is for Babyface, like
Babyface,
like because like you think you kill him, like oh no, he just spawns somewhere else, like it's a video game, like oh here's my respawn point. So like he just quick
it seems
saves.
like now you can't kill any Upper Moon by beheading them.
Yeah,
I mean, well Gyutaro and Daki, they had to cut their heads simultaneous at the same time. Damn it. But they tried to do it with the Hantangu motion clone things, and it didn't work in episode 6, as we see. But Champ, continue with what is happening with Genya.
So, start off with 6. I remember that Tanjiro goes up to Genya and he's like, "Yo, you good, bro?" And he's just like, he's like, "Whoa, don't get in my way. I'm gonna kill this final demon," because I think they started piecing together around that point. When
And he's
like,
got him by the neck.
yeah,
too.
he's like
he's
choking,
so hostile.
and you see him like just like salivating, and he's like, I'm like, is he gonna like fight Genya, or is like what? But this is what's funny about Demon Slayer is like you think it's gonna go this way, it's gonna go dark, but then all of a sudden Tanjiro's like, "Oh yeah, let's do our best, buddy."
He's like, "I'm gonna be a Hashira before you," and then Tanjiro.
He's like, "I hope you do, buddy. I hope you do."
Me and Nezuko will help you. Let's go. And then Kenya's like, "Wait, what?" He was so confused.
He's like choking him. He's like, "Nani? What?"
He's like, "Wait, you're trying to fool me."
So it definitely a little bit of Midoriya and Bakugo thing going on with their, a little bit of which is, again, as I said in the previous video, that, Bakugo voices Genya as well, is the same voice actor.
Yep.
So I just find it more hilarious. We have that whole protagonist and secondary character having that relationship. But, yeah, we find out that with the, I'm going to call them the Feely Demons, just to make it easier for myself to remember. But we find out that we can't behead those demons. We have to go to the source, which is the original demon, that the upper moon rank 4.
4.
So,
Hantangu.
So
the crybaby.
Yeah, cry. So we have Babyface and Crybaby. It's an interesting pair. I see why Muzan put them together. I see why. I'm starting to see the correlation. But anyway, so Tanjiro is like, "Wait, I keep smelling, like, I keep getting this other scent. Like, I smell these guys, but I keep getting this familiar scent." And it's, the original form of Upper Rank 4. And he's, like, hiding in the bushes. Some they were, like, peeing his pants. And he's like, "Listen, I'll take care of..." It's like, me and Nezuko will take care of these guys. Genya, you go track that guy down and you finish him off. So,
it makes sense to me that, like, because his final emotion, fear, is like makes him actually very small in comparison, because I don't think that fear is actually a very big, part of his personality. Hence the reason why, like, he uses that in his most, like, restrained state, where he's, like, crying. It's like, it's absolute fear to the point to that, because originally when we first saw him, he was in that state. So that's probably his way of, like, conserving his power, since it relies on all the other aspects of his emotions. So what I'm thinking is that, and maybe this would end up happening, because I understand the emotions are kind of like split, but like, what happens if you see this particular version of him as a demon? Maybe you can say, like, this was how he was before he became an Upper Moon and got these extra abilities and such. But what if he was more like with the emotions and did not have to split himself apart into other demons and such? Make himself like like whole. Like, what is the real character behind this demon? That's what
he's
I'm
a weird
about.
one.
it's interesting too, because when Genya was chasing him and he tried to, like, shoot him with his shotgun, which I find it so hilarious, because we find out he can't really use, and I'm moving ahead a little bit, but we found out he can't use any of the breathing techniques. So he uses a shotgun as a substitute, and when he tries to shoot Upper Moon rank 4, tries to shoot him, and the bullets just bounce off of him. So I'm thinking, like, bro, what are you scared of? That you're basically, like, impenetrable to sword slashes and shotgun bullets, that you still run.
It's like the size of a mouse.
I know. This is what it basically is, a cat and mouse episode in this one, because they're trying to chase this guy while they're getting attacked by his other clones over here.
Yeah, but it basically just goes to show, like, this guy cannot feel any other emotions when he's in this specific form. So so
it's just fear 24/7.
He can't help it. Just like how any of the other demons, they can't feel like any, like, the angry guy is always going to be angry no matter what. The happy guy is going to be happy. I mean, they can be more alert. They can be like, oh man, but, like, majority of the time, like, their base emotion is going to be the prevalent one.
The sad demon's me 24/7. Anyway.
Well, you heard what he said when he was hiding and they didn't find him. He's like, I'll be able to stay hidden. The bad guys won't find me. So he's calling the good guys bad guys for some reason. They're not bad guys. It's like you are.
I hope I see his backstory. I want to. Okay, do we? Okay,
they
do we see his
should.
backstory?
I don't know why they wouldn't.
Okay, we'll see it then.
It's not like you don't feel bad for him or anything. He's just a really odd person.
Okay.
So,
I feel like he might be. You know how like some demons they can still like what was it, like the brother and the sister last arc, like they were pretty young when they got turned into demons, so maybe like their personality, like maybe this demon technically he has like a grown man's body, but maybe he's still like mentally a kid or something like that. That's what I'm you're
nice theory.
You're laughing for a reason. I know you're laughing.
Theory.
It's funny though. It's like I almost feel like the way that the demons look, they all look like Inosuke without the mask. Did you notice that?
A little bit. They do kind of look.
Kind of, yeah. Like Gyutaro, I guess, and Kaza. I mean, well, when you have a certain art style with anime, a lot of faces look very similar. What makes them different is their hair and stuff like that, or their facial hair or something. So.
The hair was like very similar and such. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, this demon, it's like they all like the way whether or not they're actually gonna kill him in the next episode or not. I mean, I know Sean, you're gonna know like that remains to be seen at this point.
I don't even know how many episodes this is gonna be. Probably 11. Maybe?
I think it was like 11, 12. It's a short amount of episodes.
Yeah, we're literally in the middle of it.
Yeah,
we're in the middle of it
right
through. Now. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then all we have is the Hashira training arc after this, and then the 2-part Infinity Castle arc, and then that's it.
Yeah, yeah. We're almost done. Like my brother told me, like I guess he read the ending of the manga, and he's like, yeah, you're like almost done with the Demon Slayer. So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is that short?
It could come back because of how popular it is.
Yeah.
The creator, I think she ended it a little earlier because there was like a family emergency, so that's why the end might feel a little bit rushed.
I hope the anime fixes it. Like maybe they'll make the pacing and such and fix things.
I mean, she can rewrite it. You know, I don't see why not. If she really wants to fix something,
have
she can.
An anime only ending, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
but
I presume Attack on Titan's gonna have something like that.
I to be honestly, I don't think we will.
Part 4 of the final season.
No, but if they're gonna show the differences, the thing is that they'll probably want to go over the anime. Okay, it's off topic, I know, but like they'll probably want to show the stuff that took place in the anime in the manga first, and then the anime will do it like its own twist on things after, just so you know like what's going on and what the difference is.
Maybe
because at least it makes sense to have a proper anime adaptation of the main product before differences occur.
Yeah, and you know how people feel about the ending already in the manga, so if you did want to change it, you do have that opportunity. Like the Rurouni Kenshin, I did not like how that the first arc ended, and they kind of retconned it with like a movie they did recently. And I liked how that was much better than the original ending. So they did kind of rewrite the ending in a way. So, I mean, it's possible. They could do it. Yeah. We will just have to see.
I'll tell you this. It's like, in terms of, like, just... Nezuko kind of feels the most nerfed in this arc so far. Like, I mean, she's in that form where she absolutely demolished Daki and is having complete total control of herself. But now it's like... it's almost like she has to be in that form in order to even be able to put up a fight with these upper rank demons now.
Yeah, he's Upper Moon 4. That's 2 above 6, and Daki really technically wasn't 6. It was pretty much Gyutaro, but Daki. I think Gyutaro like tried to train her to become almost as strong as him, but she.
I mean, her flames are still doing some damage, but they heal. They heal pretty quickly, so.
Yeah, they do keep messing her up. They're messing up Genya. I think really the only one holding his own against them is Tanjiro. I'm saying I really love Tanjiro in this arc so far. He's been doing some kick-ass shit.
He's holding on. It's just the Lightning Mage and the Wind Fan guy. They keep Sorry, yeah. I don't know my names. I know I'm gonna see.
I don't know
them
either. Don't worry.
Champ doesn't know the demons' names. He's not a real otaku.
Well, you got their emotions last time.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
So like,
kick him off the podcast.
But like, yeah, they're still like they're trying the best while Genya's trying to take down that small demon, and we get a little bit of Genya's backstory. And a little of the Hashira's, we find out that
that's his brother.
Yeah, it's his brother. Which
the white hair.
Which
his name is
I thought, like, why did they look similar? I was like, because I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. Maybe someone correct my memory, but didn't Tanjiro said like, "Hey, don't you have a brother or something like that?" Or Genya mentioned, he like dropped a line like brother or something like that earlier in the season?
He notices the last name.
Yeah,
which is the same last name as Saname. The one he was the one that was tempting Nezuko to bite him.
He was the
when they were at that meeting.
he was the douchebag during the ending of
the asshole. Yeah, he was the asshole. Yeah, he still is an asshole. But we do see their backstory, which is pretty heartbreaking. And as me and Heesh were talking about, how effed up was that episode to come out on Mother's Day?
On Mother's Day.
Think about that. So let's explain their backstory, because it's like, God. So the two brothers had 5 other siblings, so there was a total of 7 of them. We learned that their dad was like a piece of shit, always beat the crap out of them, and their mother would always try to protect them.
And she was small too. She was like around the kids' height.
I can see why, given that the fact that they have a dad like that, why there was a lot of kids being made.
Yeah. But he does get stabbed to death by someone who had like a vendetta against them, which made their lives so much easier. But then we also learned that their mother also worked from the morning to nighttime. So
and they said that she barely slept. They saw her barely sleeping. Yeah. Which was
with 7 kids, you gotta make money somehow.
That and what was to happen, we find out later, was a little bit of foreshadowing, to be honest, because they said they never see their mom sleeping. We go to one of those nights where she doesn't come, and I'm sorry, I'm taking over, but we see we jumped to one of the nights when Genya and his older brother. What's his older brother's name, by the way? I forgot. Saname. We see Saname and Genya. They're like, they wake up and like, hey, mom hasn't gotten back. She usually, comes back around this hour. So Saname goes out. Genya looks after the other siblings. And, we see Genya's like a nice older brother. He's, even Saname.
They both seem like really good siblings.
Yeah, they're very protective of their family. So, we see a shadow.
Saname says he's going to go out and look for their mother.
Yeah, he said he goes out to look.
Yeah,
Genya stays back, and a little more of the kids start to wake up and asking questions like, "Where
they're
mom
all laughing
is."
at him,
giggling.
All the siblings lived together in harmony, but then everything changed when the Demon Nation attacked.
Jesus.
Yeah, so they're all like, "Where's mother? She's not home yet." Blah blah blah. And then, like you were saying, we see a shadowy figure come up to the door, and they're like, "It's mommy! Yay!" So they all start running, and then Genya's like, "Wait, that could be somebody else." And then all of a sudden, the door like shreds open, and you see like a something zoom, kill all the kids and slash them all up. And then
it's actually heartbreaking. That's actually very, very like. I mean, again, it's
and we don't know who it is.
That's nothing new. That's probably that's probably exactly what took place at Tanjiro's house.
True.
Yeah. Yep. Same type of deal, pretty much. Yeah, they pretty much murdered their entire family. Whatever demon did, but yeah, a demon got in there. Genya's like, "What the hell is that?" It slashes him. That's where that scar came from. So he got slashed. So your theory is interesting, Champ. That is a very interesting theory that you had. Oh, I'll let you explain it explain it now.
Well, yeah, let me just finish off a little bit of the backstory, then I'll get into why I think Genya can transform into a demon. So basically, Genya, he's shielding like one of his siblings, but I think they're already dead at that point because of all the glass and stuff that slashed them.
Genya's like in shock.
Yeah, he's like, "What is going on?" Saname rushes in.
Like, "It's a wolf. It's a dog."
He's like, "Go get help. Go to find a doctor. There's still time to save him." Genya's like, he puts his sibling down. He's like, put pressure on there. Like, please don't die. He goes out to help Saname. you know, he's like running, panicking. He's like, what's going on? Where's mom? All that's, you know, and then we see that, you know, dawn's breaking, and we see Sadame. He's standing there with a butcher's knife, and we see the whatever, you know, came in and he killed it, but we see it's the mom, and Genyan's like, why'd you kill our mom? What's going on? And we know, he doesn't know it yet, but, you know, he's still in aftershock because he sees his mom. He sees Sadame covered in blood, you know, standing over his mom, all dead.
That was the first instinct he thought of. He thought his brother just killed his mother, so he's calling his brother a murderer, and it's like, oh, man.
But we see as the audience that she's starting to disintegrate, and she has fangs, and she has, like, the veins popping out as a demon.
So the mom was the one who killed the sibling.
She was the one.
The mom got turned into a demon, I guess. Probably that night.
And Genya kind of blames himself for what happened, and he, like, you know, he's like, man, I wish, you know, I could have been stronger. You know, and we see flashbacks of Sadame when he's like older as a Hashira, saying like, it's like, you're weak, you know, useless.
Yeah, you're no brother of mine. Quit being the Demon Slayer core and stuff. So he's really harsh on his brother.
There's definitely a middle segment that we need to see what happened to these two. Like, we know that, you know, the mother dying was a huge, you know.
Yeah, and Genya eventually finds out that she was a demon, and he wants to apologize to his brother, which he hasn't had a chance to yet.
Yeah,
either,
he also wanted to become a Hashira, and he's like, and while he's like showing us a flashback, one of the I think it was who was it? The guy with the staff.
He was he thought he was gonna die at that moment. That's why we got that flashback. The one with the staff.
Angry staff man comes in. He's about to He's about to stab him, and thankfully Tanjiro comes in with the rescue. You know, blocks it, counters.
He's like, "Gaja, don't give up!" I'm like, "Oh shit!"
And motivates him, and he's like, "Listen, didn't you want to become a Hashira? Then, you know, find that other guy and put him out of his misery, you know."
Yeah.
So, well, I can't do breathing techniques, so you know what? I'm gonna. How about you go get him instead?
Yeah.
He's like, you do it.
He said,
but then
just
the one with the spear.
The spear
did a really cool move, and he was about to hit Tanjiro, and Tanjiro ducked the cover.
Yeah.
But Genya got in the way to block him, and since he's like part demon, he's not gonna die from that. He's gonna heal, but he has holes.
Yeah.
All over.
He looks like Swiss cheese.
And you're like, whoa.
He looks like Swiss cheese. It was.
Yeah, he did. It's like, holy shit! But he's fighting off.
I hope he survives.
Shotgun out.
Yeah, I hope he survives. But basically, let me get into my theory of why I think. I know there's gonna be someone like, well, technically he's like this, but this is me as a first viewer, first seeing this, digesting it.
Yes.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Keep that in mind, manga readers.
Yes.
All right. So this is his theory of why Genya can turn into a demon, which is pretty cool theory.
My theory is that the mom was already a demon, and that the reason why she could take all those blows from the husband is because she could always heal, and why she never slept is because she had a lot of stamina, and she was mostly out night feeding, maybe feeding on people and taking their money.
And then she did slash him across his face.
There was that. But I was also thinking, like, maybe, like, because I don't remember if demons can have kids. This probably not. So I think you already, like, mentioned, like, that's not it. But
there is one other section to the backstory I feel like is missing here, because first of all, the brother is not a demon slayer. He can't just kill any demon with the butcher's knife. It's not made out of like that metal like that the katanas are made of. So
true.
So
and he didn't
I think it was the
his
daytime.
Mother either. She was still in one piece.
If anything, what I think happened is like, wait, if the mom was already a demon, maybe just like he decapitated her, and it stalled it enough for like by the time the sun came out, wait, no, never mind. If they die from the sun, then they just set them on fire. So,
I was thinking that they were like half demon siblings or something like that. Like they weren't fully demons. That's why they could like maybe they just have to tap into that power by praying or something, or saying some dark.
The sutras.
Stuff. Yeah, something like that.
Which explains that too. So it is a very interesting theory you got.
Yeah.
But yes,
is it going to be correct? Probably not, but it would have been interesting, and I think
it probably would have been better than what it actually is.
I do still think the mom was always a demon. I still think that.
Yeah,
I think she was always a demon.
I don't know if she always was, or if she got turned into a demon that night when she came in and killed her family.
There's just a little bit too much
I
foreshadowing in the dialogue saying that she's been up all night and you don't see her sleep.
Yeah.
I don't think, because the thing is that for the mom to have such a crazy change in personality, it's just like to the point where like, oh, I'm just gonna eat my kid. I'm just gonna go and kill my kids now. I feel like that impression gave me. That gave me the impression that she turned into a demon that very night and then went to the family and just wanted to go on a killing spree. Maybe because Muzan commanded her to do it.
It could have been that. Muzan could have said, like, hey, like, kill your family or I'm going to do it and it's going to be a lot worse. It could have been something like that.
Think about it. Whenever someone gets turned into a demon, the first humans they kill is their own family. So
True. I forgot about that. The whole first episode, Nezuko with Tanjiro.
Yeah, and well, look at the the good demon lady that he met when they were fighting the dude who was blind, but he was throwing the arrows and the girl with the balls.
Yeah.
Remember that demon lady? She did the same exact thing when she got turned into a demon, which is why she hates Muzan and wants him dead.
I just had a very dark thought. So like, what if Muzan, all he did, what if all Muzan did to Nezuko was just turn her into a demon, and then Nezuko, because you have to kill you're made to kill your family afterwards. She was the one who actually did the rest of the killing.
Oh no!
That is pretty dark.
Why did
I
didn't think of that in the first season. Why did I think of that?
You're
I don't think you should say anything, Sean.
You're not wrong, but you're not right.
Okay.
Don't say anything.
That's a good theory. That is a very good theory, but not wrong, but not right.
But yeah, honestly, seeing Genya's backstory, it's just it's
heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, but even through all
same
that,
with Saname.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that
night
night
piece of
changed
crap, to be honest. Yeah,
yeah. He that night I think changed both of them, and that's why Saname turned into like a piece of shit asshole.
Which is interesting because it kind of is like a reflection of Tanjiro's backstory a little bit, with his family getting killed by a demon. Except
I feel like both siblings would relate.
Yeah, it's just like Tanjiro still keeps his he's still himself. He doesn't change.
Yeah.
It's like and I think it's mostly because of that bond between him and Nezuko, which is also interesting. In the last arc, we saw that whole brother-sister thing, so we're kind of seeing these reflections of Nezuko and Tanjiro, these dark different paths that they could have taken in life, but we're they're still staying on the good path, they're still trying to fight for each other and still be there for each other. So honestly, Demon Slayer, best anime since Attack on Titan and My Hero. Although My Hero,
it is a really good series,
and
it came out of nowhere for me in 2019, and I was just like, Jesus, this is a really good anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, episodes 5 and 6, probably I feel like are probably two of the more better episodes so far in season 3. Well, episode 1 was really good because of the Upper Moon meeting, but I'm really enjoying. I want to see more. Personally, I like the Gyoko fight better than the Hantengu, the emotion guy. I don't know which one you guys like better, but I've always, with this arc, I always liked, because I like Gyoko better as an Upper Moon, because he's just so.
I just want to see, I just want to see more Babyface. To be honest, I want to see more of him because I feel like hopefully next episode we see more of him.
Yeah, I feel like it's been focusing more with the Upper Moon 4 than Gyoko. Gyoko, it just being introduced to him, you're like, holy shit! I didn't really get any of that when I was introduced to Hantengu. I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He's like a big baby. He's scared of everything. Something's wrong with him. But Gyoko is just very different compared to the rest of the Upper Moons, which makes a character like that more interesting compared to a character like Hantengu.
Yeah.
But I'd probably definitely some of the more better episodes, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. One quick thing I just want to mention before we close out here. we're trying to do a new system here when it comes to this podcast. So like, for anyone who specifically wants to have their questions answered, or if they have if they want to get any word in for the podcast, make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section down below, and then in the next podcast episode, whether it be about Demon Slayer or whether it be about a completely different topic, we will try to make sure that we answer that question or maybe whatnot. How are we gonna actually cut this part out?
Well,
I'm gonna ask you this: what we're gonna do, because either was gonna be a question of the day, and then
we'll do
people's
that
answers, or we do.
Yeah, so people could ask, like what you were saying, people could comment a question or any type of question they want to ask any of us about whatever topics we talk about. We'll mention your name, give you a shout out, and then we'll read off your question, and then we'll each answer the question individually or all together as a team. But yeah, we'll start doing stuff like that, and then eventually we could probably move into other stuff where you guys could maybe do voice calls. So we'll play your voice call in the podcast, so then you could hear yourself, and then we could answer your question afterwards that way too. So there's a few different ways people could do it, but for now, just put it in the comments, or if you're listening on Spotify, you could put it in the Q&A.
Do that too.
Which is which is the comments for Spotify now, because you couldn't do that before. They recently added that, which is pretty cool. So yes,
but I'm more prone to see it if it's on YouTube.
Yeah. So,
right.
Yes.
Do we have anything else we need to go over, or is that it? I think we could summarize
what's next
everything.
episode?
I'm looking forward to seeing Missouri and Tanjiro, and then the other was Gyu or Muchido, all teaming up together, probably to go up against Babyface, like they hinted at in the intro, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. However that is going to work, and the rest of this arc, seems pretty good. But yeah, that's about it for the podcast, guys. I really hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a question down in the comment section down below for us to potentially answer. We'll or a voice call, however that's going to end up working out. We'll figure it out by then. We'll probably be recording a couple more podcasts by the time that this episode goes out, so that we'll have a system by then. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for listening in. Whether you're listening in from Spotify, you're watching us from YouTube, it's doing this podcast would not be possible without the help of you guys. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys in the comment section. We will see you guys next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to our episode. If you're on YouTube and watch the video, then thank you for watching as well. We are your hosts, Starblast Studios, and me, Daredevil 19. And if you enjoyed our episode on Spotify, be sure to give us a follow and a rating. And we do thank you. And if you did watch this on YouTube, be sure to give a like if you liked it, and a subscribe if you enjoyed it. And we will catch you on the next episode of the Plastic Power Podcast.